Hello, welcome into the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm your host, the Goldsmith. It is the 27th of March, 2024, and it is a Wednesday. We are getting a little bit of a tease and a little bit of a tug as we do head into Blossom season. So we're getting ready for Blossom season with a pass announcement of the Blossom season pass currently open for sale now. We know that the pass drops will obviously start into Blossom season, likely following or look like they're going to be following the same pattern of every Tuesday in the season as being the drop date. When we will get the drops if you have redeemed, if you've burnt a pass. We'll also be looking forward to another one of these sales with random pack hit variability, with a burning event, and that is going to be the Easter egg, and we're going to call it Hunt's Llama Easter eggs. And it says worth hunting. So it makes it sound like there's some hunting involved. We think hunting, we think treasure hunting. We think about those treasure hunting events we've had in the past for OPIX or for enhanced spark values. Don't think about those things. Stop before you get there, because that might not be what you're getting. So we'll get into the details there. We are heading into Blossom season, so big caveat that got a couple days left. We don't know all the details about if Blossom season is going to be any different as far as contests, as far as how things are going to be structured with our gamified earnings, if gamified earnings or any of the tasks along the way are going to be different. But we do expect that we are going to be having a lot of the same things we had with our first season in this new revitalized season structure. So we'll see what Blossom season looks like, but obviously getting ready for it from what we knew from last season. And with that, let's get into the disclaimer, get that out of the way. Excuse me. All views and opinions expressed by myself and mine alone and shouldn't be taken as game strategy or financial advice. Any views of and opinions of those who are coming on as guests, same thing. Not game strategy advice, should be taken as financial advice. And of course, they don't represent the game of the team of Upland. Just like anything I say, doesn't represent the game of the team of Upland. Any views or opinions put out by those who are guests and contributors are theirs alone. They don't necessarily represent myself, the Goldsmith of the Cafe Nightly Show. With that, let's get into it. Llama Easter eggs worth hunting. Well, if you are on YouTube, get that popped up so you can see it. Here, announcement earlier today. Looks like 10:25 a.m. East Coast time here. Easter eggs worth hunting. Well, that's nice. We do have the llama Easter eggs worth hunting, so maybe that is a modifier worth noting. But the other modifier worth noting is hunting, which again, I would argue shouldn't be there. Let's take a quick look at that. We've got some eggs to grab to unlock unique rewards. Registration opens today for the sale of Easter eggs to unlock egg llamas property cards and can lead you to a special Easter card. Registration starts today, Wednesday, the 27th of March, 8 a.m. PT. Things got kicked off for the registration. Sale happens tomorrow at 9 a.m. PT. We have that 24-hour period, 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. to register, to get in for the sale, to prepare to get a spot. You find out what time or where your spot lies, what time you get to purchase between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. PT tomorrow. Don't hesitate on getting involved for some of these awesome rewards. Again, 900 of these available. Get into the details here. With these sales, we've gotten used to it, so shouldn't be any surprise here. It is a USD only sale. The Easter bundle. When you acquire an Easter bundle in Upland, you are greeted with Easter egg legits. Each bundle contains one unique egg out of 6 possible types, but each eggs are not merely for collection. They hold potential treasures within. By choosing to burn your Easter egg legits, you unveil the hidden rewards inside, ranging from the charming egg llama to the highly sought after property legit card. Once the Easter eggs are received in their wallets, players can immediately proceed to burn them. Okay, so Upland really likes this burn technique. We're getting a legit. The legit essentially is a random chance of getting something. We don't know what's in that legit. We burn that legit. You get something on the other end. Property legits. With only 24 available, the property legit card is your golden ticket to luxury. properties, not all of them are created equal, but I'll take luxury here. Upland saying this is the big prize, this is the big opportunity. This is going to be the big takeaway from this sale. I want to note something. You're going to be burning a card to claim a Beverly Hills collection property. We will have to be careful about that language. Collection property. Well, Beverly Hills is a collection. Is Upland saying that these are Beverly Hills collection properties that could qualify for Beverly Hills collection? I would think so. I would take that from our last couple times of Upland using the term collection broadly. I think in this case, it's going to be in the lowest possible in a standard collection, and they're going to be able to call it a collection property, which it overall is. It is the Beverly Hills collection, which will be directly transferred to your asset wallet after the event's burn deadline. So keep in mind on these properties, Beverly Hills, the majority of the properties, they do have a value in excess of the cost of the egg, or cost of this bundle. So I would agree with that as a reality. But it doesn't necessarily mean that property is super special. Not every property is. But again, it could be, depending on what properties Upland puts in there, it could be a really special prize. It could be a huge value. But ultimately, you are choosing, and we've seen a lot of success with these events for Upland, where people like to be part of the random event. The buy a spot in line, see what that spot becomes. It's a little bit of fun along the way, and ultimately, if you're happy with what you get, then it's a winner all along the way. The burn deadline is going to be Friday, April 5th at 9 a.m. PT. This is what that property pass is going to look like. Again, Upland likes these passes. The charm of egg llamas. Egg llamas aren't just cute. They're a key to unlocking an even bigger prize. See? Burn, burn, burn. Collect and burn 3 unique egg llamas. Again, there's a bunch of unique egg llamas, so 3 different egg llamas. 3 unique egg llamas to get your hands on a special rare Easter Go card. Okay? Burn 3 different llamas, get 1 card. After each player burns their egg llamas, the type of card they receive is determined by random selection process, and there are going to be 2 different variations available with different colors. Obviously, each variation just varied by color. Egg llamas will become available for burning March the 29th, Friday. Easy enough. This is what that card looks like, or one of them anyways. And again, the variation is on the color. The shape and the size are going to be the same. Registration opens on this bundle sale March 27th, 8 a.m. PT. That is open already. The sale registration goes until tomorrow, the 28th at 8 a.m. PT, with the sale starting at 9 a.m. PT. There are 900 of these bundles available. Each one of them are $13. Again, we're used to it by now. These are USD sales. We get something out of it. It's random. We might get the best prize. We might get the worst prize, but we ultimately are in it for the thrill. That is what we get out of these USD bundle purchases. All go-karts and properties will be delivered to the players' wallets after the burn deadline, which is Friday, March 5th. So let's backtrack here. If you are doing this just for the go-kart, you're going to be like, I really want an Easter go-kart for Easter. You will not get your Easter present until a week after Easter is over. That cart, if that is your Easter present, if that is your big reward, is going to be fun to race around the track in April, but it will be a week after the Easter holiday. Keep that in mind. But with that in mind, the cart's going to be able to be used year round. It's going to be decorated as Easter. It's going to be what you're going to see on the track. But again, even though this is meant and targeted for a specific time of the year, it's going to be the car. It's going to be year round. With the winners being announced in the event winners channel in-game chat, so keep your eyes peeled. We just had this when we had these leprechauns. Everybody who earned a leprechaun, and there wasn't that many actually. I was surprised how few. Everybody who did the burn to earn a leprechaun, their name was displayed on this table. So, I could verify how many leprechauns I got and which leprechauns I ended up getting because there was a random draw out of it, and it was also a mark and an opportunity for verification for anybody who had questions about who earned and what happened and who's getting prizes out of it, and et cetera, et cetera. And we could do that. And, as this is a blockchain game, it does make sense that we have a lot of those tools or a lot of those abilities already built in. You can see, what wallet is transacting with whom and what properties are moving around, what properties have sat there unsold for a long period of time. You can look at all that. With the right API call, you could build a table that tells you all sorts of things. And there are different tools like, UpXLand that does do just that, where somebody else has done all the work, but you can go to plug it into a tool and see what's going on with a property or transactions between parties. With that, I do like the fact that we continue to have that opportunity to see what's going on with these sales and these burns and the rewards on the backside. Ready to start your egg venture? Let the hunt begin. I don't like the term hunt. I get the Easter egg hunt. I understand what it is. I understand it's a colloquialism. I get it. But we have historically, and we haven't for a while, had these holiday hunts, these hunts around holiday periods. Two types of hunts. We have had a scavenger hunts. Ooh, those are fun. Boy, are they fun. You get a team together, you race, the top 100 get a prize. The closer you are to first place, you get a higher prize. Those are a lot of fun. We haven't had one for a while, but those were a lot of fun. Those have been a lot of fun historically. And then obviously we have treasure hunt where you are looking for a hidden prize or hidden treasure along the map. And, with these seasonal treasures, you'd have, special events at special times, and the prize would be of a larger amount than they usually are. And they end up being competitive, and the best hunters get the best prizes. And there's cooldowns so that there's some room for multiple people to get involved, and they're a lot of fun. I really enjoy them, and I'm glad that we have had them. But that's not what this is. Again, and we talk about upland parlance versus the regular world, and upland parlance versus colloquialisms. This is just the use of the term hunt, like, this is like Easter, and you don't know what you're gonna get, and it's a little packet. In that language, you could have said that about any packet variables. We don't call those hunts. Again, it might be a little confusing for people, and I'll just put that up front. We do not have a treasure hunt for this holiday season. If Upwind has one tomorrow, but that's not what this is, and obviously there is not one at this time. So with that, I'm looking forward to. I don't know if I'm going to get involved in this one, but again, I like cards on the backside of these. I like the idea of these properties being given away. I think it's kind of fun for properties to be a reward or given away randomly in some of these prizes. There's property passes where you could buy a pass and you don't know what properties get reserved for you. Then you get a property reserved for you, and then you can turn around and mint it. In this case, that you're getting the property. You burn the pass, you get the property. That property is yours. It's not something that you have to spend UpX for. So that's kind of fun. I do like that as a prize, but the random aspect of it, just like we had with the Blendum sale, you don't know exactly what you're going to get. It can be fun to pick up new properties. It can be fun to be surprised with new properties, but we'll have to see what's going on. Jimmy Jester, there it is. There's the question of the moment. We are headed to April 1st. I was going to get there at the end of the show because I was talking about Blossom season. I was going to transition slowly to get there to Blossom season. Blossom season starts on the 1st of April. But you hit the nail on the head, Jimmy Jester, so we have to get there early. What is going to be the April 1st spoof this year? Well, we've had some fun things. We've had a new mascot in the game of Upland. We had a vote about it. People voted. There was a most popular. There was this sad panda. People say he wasn't sad. He was sad. There was a sad panda, and he was going to be the mascot. And no, it was a joke. Nobody got their panda. We kept Miles. Again, I like Miles. It's all good and well and good. But we want a dang sad panda. That's what I wanted. But no. And last year we got these, weather's coming up and natural disasters. Watch out. Your property is going to get flooded. Maybe you'll lose your house. Get ready. Don't be scared. It's going to be something that's the future of Upland. A couple hours later, obviously April Fool's joke. So be ready. Be ready for a big announcement, April Fool's Day. Get ready for people to get all excited about it. Get ready for people to get all worried about it. Get ready for people to be upset when it's actually revealed as a spoof the next day or later in the day. So, grain of salt, any announcement puts out April 1st. But I think we've had some real stuff happen right around April 1st, right before April 1st, right after April 1st, maybe even on April 1st. So grain of salt both ways. Grain of salt both ways. Don't expect exactly what's happening on April 1st unless you know exactly what's happening. So we'll see what happens, Jimmy. But for me, I am looking forward to the start of Blossom season. There, we'll take that segue, we'll take that transition, and we'll go there. I'm looking forward to the start of Blossom season. With our gamified earnings, we're going to go back to take a look. With our gamified earnings, with our seasons, we know we're going to start our Blossom season. Blossom season is going to start the first new gamified earnings, the first new earnings in the game of Upwind for a while, which is a reset of earnings to 4.9% as your standard earnings with a multiplier effect added based on performance in the prior season. Performance is to complete tasks that are going to be assigned on a seasonal basis. We know that we're gonna have a different set, likely some different tasks here in Blossom season to earn for Genesis season. As far as Blossom season is concerned, what you did in Frost season, what tasks you completed, are going to determine what your multiplier is, which is going to determine your overall yield, overall dividend. With a caveat, the caveat is your overall dividend, even though it's applied only to the season, is on an annualized basis. So 7% annualized return, which you earned by doing 5 or more, is exactly what people have been earning up till now. So you get to hold your earnings, you get to hold your dividends rate by having participated in at least 5 of the tasks or completed at least 5 of the tasks that were assigned during the Frost season. So that's kind of exciting here. And a couple other things that we know are going to happen, or we've been are going to happen here in Blossom season. First and foremost, I expect that ornament challenge to happen again. That ornament challenge where we're going to see, just like we did in the Frost season, we're going to see prizes for going ahead, and maybe they'll be different, for going ahead and decorating a certain percentage of your properties. It's not as much a competition versus yourself as it is among a leaderboard. The higher you get in the leaderboard based on the number of properties decorated, the better you're going to do, and the prizes are going to be intensified towards the top of that list. So with that, it's definitely worth noting that this is something that is going to continue season by season. It's going to have different prizes on different seasons, and we're likely going to see that Upwind can update or change or modify or titrate how these prizes are given out or what those prizes are. And I do want to come back here. Blossom season, April the 1st to May 15th, 44 days long. We did just have this in-between period, or we're just about to end this in-between period over the weekend, giving us Monday the 1st as being the start of Blossom season. So looking forward to that. Again, our first season, we had some fun things. We kind of had a contest built into it. We had, within that season, we had our first pass, season pass that had some beautifications tied to it, that had some aesthetics tied to it. That was a Frost season pass. We're going to have another one here, and that's officially been announced, that Blossom Pass unveiling. A new season is on the horizon, and with that, a new season pass is coming along. You will have the opportunity to get your hands on the Blossom Season Pass in the Upix store from today. You can find all the details in the article below. Keep in mind, these are going to be unlimited. They're sold for USD only. We'll see the price there. And we'll get into a couple strategies with these, because people have adopted some strategies with these and continued on. Blossom Season unveils. Exclusive mystery drops. Await in the new season pass. As the Blossom season approaches, we're gearing up to unveil a series of exciting announcements to introduce you to what's new this season. Keep an eye out for details on the Blossom season in the few days ahead. For now, let's explore the details of Blossom 2024 Season Pass. Again, new things possibly happening this season that didn't happen last season. We're going to continue on, see seasons be redefined. One season maybe have different events than others. The task maybe being different to earn your gamified earnings for the following, and potentially there's going to be something, something that gets brought in because of the season, the time of the year. I expect Genesis season to be something very special in and of itself, because Genesis overall and Upland is something special in and of itself. The pass in the Season Pass in Upland is a pass designed to grant players access to weekly cosmetic item drops. Again, cosmetic meaning it doesn't change any of the functionality in your game of Upland, in any consistent way. What it does is it changes the way it appears, which is something that a lot of people want to do. A lot of people have enjoyed the passes. We have another USD priced pass. Expect to see some sales throughout. Throughout the duration of the Blossom season, these cosmetics offer players additional ways to personalize their in-game appearance and assets, promoting a greater sense of individuality within the game. Keep in mind, I do want to put this out there, and people did have some questions. Your cosmetics stick around. So if you earn them in the 2024 season, you want that pass, you got the drops. When I get around to later in the year, I can still use those cosmetic enhancements. To participate, players simply purchase the season pass for $6.99, activated by burning the pass in their account. The first time activation ensures eligibility for all weekly passes for the rest of the season. I say the rest of the season because if you burn later in the season, you don't have that retroactive pass drops. Retroactive drops from the pass. The season pass also comes with a season-specific badge. Yay! Enhancing the player's in-game prestige. Wednesday, March 27th, 9 a.m. PT was when the sale started. It's open now. You burn now. Your first drop is going to be in Blossom season. Immediately accessible on Android and the web, with iOS availability coming in the next 24 hours. We always see that little lag there. Each week, a snapshot of eligible players is taken at 9 a.m. PT on Tuesday. Like I said, Tuesday is a drop day. Only players who have activated their season pass prior by burning it, by the time of the snapshot, will receive the week's cosmetic drop. A single pass burn per season is sufficient to secure all subsequent weekly cosmetic drops. Okay, perfect. Easy enough, similar to what we had previously with Frost season. Look at this. This is what we are going to look at. Look at that little Blossom. Look at the 2024. That is the badge you are getting for Blossom season 2024. Exclusivity. The items received through the pass are unique to each season and cannot be obtained in any other way, aka in 2 years, 3 years, 6 years, 9 years, however long Upland is still around. This badge is going to stay with those who were participants of the game at the time, those who paid the $6.99 for the pass, or, drumroll please, acquired that pass and burned it by some other means. We'll get there by the end of the show here. We'll get down there by the end of this announcement. Non-tradability. It's crucial to know that these cosmetic items are not NFTs and are tied directly to the player's Upland account, meaning they cannot be traded or sold. Again, drumroll, we'll get there. We'll get there about the difference between these cosmetic items being tradable and the overall concept of tradability here when we talk about the passes. Mystery drops. Cosmetic items are dropped every Tuesday, and the specifics of these items remain a mystery until that drop, adding an element of surprise and anticipation. Again, there's certain things I look forward to every week that when it comes to Upland. I get my spark drop once a week. Right now, I'm getting my spark drop on a Saturday. It's kind of fun to wake up on Saturday. Sign for my 7th day. Do I get 0.01? Do I get 0.02? 0.03? Typically, it's 0.01, but it's kind of fun to get that little something, a spark once a week. There's other things in Upland I look forward to. Typically throughout the week, and every day am I going to get a new announcement from Upland? I know over the weekend I don't usually get announcements in Upland. There's certain events that are done later too, certain days of the week. That's all fun. But this is going to be what keeps my eyes open on Tuesdays during the season. I will be getting the cosmetic pass, I've said certain things about it, aka I don't know what the justification of the rules is. It's nice to have opportunities. It does have a premium cost to have these extra aesthetic opportunities, to have these extra cosmetic activity opportunities, but it is something that I choose to do, just like everybody else who chooses to do so, making the choice for their own reason. Last season's highlights. Well, let's see what Upland puts out for the last season highlights. In the previous season, Upland introduced a variety of new cosmetic items, including animated Block Explorer overlays, speech bubbles, Block Explorer backgrounds, and both standard and animated property cards. This was new. These items were exclusive to the season pass holders and are now unattainable. You can't have them. A little car that goes by on the street, on a snowy street, that doesn't exist anywhere else for a property card except for those people who had the pass redeemed at the time of that drop. Underscoring the unique value of participating in each of these season's offerings. The season's pass in Upland players gives players a unique, time-sensitive opportunity to acquire exclusive cosmetics, enriching the gaming experience and personalizing their in-game presence. I'll take it. I'll agree with that. Make sure you act quickly. Don't miss out. Any of the mystery drops each week are at a layer of rarity and distinction to your Upland persona. And again, I'm going to say it again. If you redeem up front, if you burn up front, you're going to get the entire season. If you wait till week 3, you burn, you're going to get the remaining weeks of drops for the rest of the season. Just keep that in mind. There's still a reason to burn later in the season. You're still going to get something out of it. The earlier you burn, the more you're going to get. Now, to take a little step further, or a little step back, a little further back, I did want to mention, obviously, this concept of non-transferable cosmetic items, but not non-transferable pass. The pass is a variety legit. It can be sold in a variety legit shop, and this is a USD only sale. We know there's a lot of people who are not USD. They, for one reason or another, do not participate in USD or can't from one time to another. $7, maybe that's somebody's couple lunches that they're buying for the week. Maybe that's a loaf of bread and something else, or maybe they choose not to put a lot of money into Upland. That's a choice. There's other things that they're doing with their money, and Upland just doesn't happen to be something they're putting a ton of money into. Maybe the person's halfway across the world, and it's not even an option because it's really hard for them to put USD into the game of Upland for logistic reasons. Whatever the case is, if you're an Upland and you're doing UpX only and you're trying to get one of these passes, you still can do so through a variety legit shop. The prices previously, these did sell in UpX a lot higher than they sold in USD. Again, because the majority of the people who were buying them made a conscious choice not to buy in USD or were unable to buy in USD, but they had some OpEx. They had some OpEx behind them. And, it ends up being a seller's market a little bit. I mean, the seller can spend a certain amount of OpEx to go and buy an item, but they'll buy that pass. And then if you want to buy it and you choose not to put USD in the game, or you're unable to put USD in the game, you have to take what you can get, which is, paying at whatever the OpEx rate is, whether that is 20,000 UpX, which some of these passes sold for, when it's only a $7 pass to begin with on the USD side. That would be a little bit of a profit for the person who bought it for $7 and got 20,000 UpX out of it. If that's what they're looking to do, if they're looking at increasing their UpX, that's one of the most favorable exchanges in the game of Upland right now for USD to UpX. There's no guarantees for the future of this type of exchange. The more people who do it, the less it'll be a seller's market. At a certain point, there'll be more people buying, and at a certain point, the people buying will kind of with competition potentially. If there's more, if that more people buying attracts more sellers, and the number of sellers grows, and now we've got more sellers than we've got buyers, then that's going to drive the price down. This is going to fluctuate, of course, and as it matures, as this opportunity matures one season to the next, we might see a more defined market. But until we do, it'll be what it'll be. You're taking a risk if you buy a pass to try to resell it. You don't know if you're going to be able to. If you want to test the waters a little bit, you buy your pass, you don't redeem it, you try to sell it for a few days. If you can't sell it, you redeem it for yourself, and now you have your cosmetic pass for the season. If you sell it, you go buy another one for yourself. You take your profit on the UPX. It's a thought. I'm not telling anyone what to do. Not telling any person that it's the right way for them to play the game, that it's the right $7 to spend into Upland, but it is an option that's available to you. And it's just a thought to potentially protect yourself a little bit, give yourself the past experience if that's what you want, but also, open yourself for that profit if you want to. Because again, there are people who are more than happy to buy in UPX because they want the pass. They don't want to spend the USD. They may be getting a decent amount of UPX from their dividends, and that may be where they choose to spend some of it. If it works for both parties, I can't call it a bad deal. With a couple of things I want to look at when we do go into Blossom season, like I said, we've got a competition that's going to be going on, likely with a leaderboard contest with decorating with structure ornaments. Upland has already kind of said we've got some things going on in Blossom season. The hints here are the concept that there are things that we don't know about. So there may be something new pushing through. One thing that we do expect is there's going to be at least one sale of Blossom specific structure ornaments. I also expect Blossom season to do something that Frost season started but didn't really do a lot of, and that is this season, even though it's its own thing, it's got its own thing going on in the game of Upland during during Blossom season, during the season between April 1st and the middle of May. We're going to hear a lot about Genesis Week. So whether or not you're going to say Genesis Week is going to take over Blossom season, I think it will in many ways. I think we're going to see announcements about what's going on in Genesis Week. We're going to have a contest likely for the hackathon like we've had in the previous years. We're very likely going to have announcements about panels and participation and a vote for Upland of the Year, Artist of the Year, at UGC Artist of the Year, Broadcast of the Year, all of those things. Those are going to have their own place, and they're all going to have their own run up and push towards Genesis Week 2024. So I'm going to keep my eye out there. We got Sparklet coming. That's going to be a big deal. And don't forget, we did today. Anyone who was paying attention, anyone who was in Upland this morning, we did have a maintenance period. And we're told this maintenance period didn't have any direct effect, anything happening today. It's stuff that was done in the background. Well, what are the type of things that would have to be done in the background? It is possible there would have had to been some background work done to get ready for our variable dividends. That is something that didn't previously exist in the game of Upland for our base dividends to change. Base dividends are going to change on the 1st to 4.7% with the multipliers based on previous performance in the earlier season, the last season. That's one thing. We may have some functionality for Sparklet that may have to get pre-prepped and then get turned on later. There is and possibly will be the need to put new coding in or to set things up when it comes to the flash challenges. These flash challenges, we already had one in game, but if we're going to keep having these, if they're going to earn new rewards like Sparklet, they may have need to be touched up. And of course, there's just a lot of new features that we know that are coming. In racing, we know that at some point there will be performance enhancing. Hopefully they're not major. Hopefully they're not enough to change the entire outcome of a race, only to supplement some race performance. And that is going to be these consumables in racing. We know that's coming. Upland's advertised that. That's something that's been forecast for a while. Transportation for assets. That's going to become at some point. That may not be next week. It may not be next month. That is something that would require potentially Upland to go and make some changes a little bit, a little bit of an update, potentially as a close for maintenance period update days ahead in order to be able to institute it. These are all things to keep in mind. I think that all of them will happen. I know that some of them may be a lot further out than closer. But when we do have these maintenance periods, typically it is to bring something new into the game. Yes, they can fix bugs. I don't think there's any major bugs that we're looking at fixing. I think there's a bunch of things that could be dropping here in the next several days. And I think any of those things, if they're dropping in the next several days, they would have had to be prepped for them. So I want to keep that in mind and have people keep that in mind over the next couple of days. Don't be too surprised, but do be surprised pleasantly, unpleasantly, by anything that happens April 1st. Ooh, it's surprising. That's why it's happening. It may be emotional, but it may also be an April Fool's joke. Thank you, Jimmy, for reminding us that is coming up this coming Monday next week. So just be ready. Be ready for it, and don't be too shocked when it happens. And have a good time. With that, I do want to put a couple things in here. Always try to keep my eyes out a little bit on what's going on. People tell me, put their hand up, say, hey, I have an event I want people to participate in. Well, that's a great way for me to know what's going on. And if I know about it, you can know about it too. Live stream on the March 30th, 9 a.m. PT in the Metaverse Mall meetup. Again, this is an official layer 2 of ecosystem here for official layer 2 layer 2 experience. You are going to have to head on over. Elijah, I need an address, but shopkeepers only. It's an opportunity to look at and meet up and be part of the potential of setting up a shopkeeper in layer 2 experience here, to be ready and to push ahead if you want to go into a layer 2 set up shop. And again, more information, it looks like, to be held there. Elijah, address. Well, look for those shops here for Real Node LA, so that you can go there for the layer 2, the developer shops. So you jump in, and any of the developer shops will take you there. You just have to get there, of course. And again, Real Node LA will get you there as well. If you just go to the Real Node LA website, you will have the link. You'll be able to get there. Okay, thank you. 3152 Badeau Avenue. Thank you, Elijah. Make it easy for me. 3152 Badeau Avenue in LA. If you want to participate on Saturday 9 a.m. PT, it's an event. So those are the type of things, as we learned today, those are the type of things that are supposed to be in community contest content and tools, events that people are putting on. I was told that we no longer are putting any broadcaster stuff in it, so keep that in mind. Upland community event for artists. I don't know what's going on there, Uplando, but looks like you are looking at putting together something. Give me a date if you want it to be in community contest content and tools. As per what we're being told, has to be an event with a date on it. But looking forward to see more of these events. If you've got a project that you're working on that you're trying to get people to, or you're trying to develop a node, you're trying to build something, the game of Upland. If you want to share it, let's do it. Let's do our best to do so more people can be involved in these events. Again, the biggest thing that keeps people from participating is to not know things exist in the game of Upland. Woof, almost hacked on that one. But with that, we are looking forward to the start of Blossom season next week. We've got a lot that's pending. We know Sparklet's in the air, the beginning of the Sparklet earning. We know that maintenance periods are usually for a reason, and that could be sneaking something in here very shortly. So with that, for tonight, thank you so much for being here. As always, if you are in the Upland Cafe, feel free to unmute your mics. We are here Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. PT. We start a little late. We have a little conversation before. If you are following on YouTube, obviously, it does start at a little different time, because when we start in the cafe and things get started live and we start the cameras, it could be a little bit of a different time. But see you again tomorrow, 7 p.m. PT, or a little later tomorrow night, Thursday into Friday. And with Thursday, we do get a little later because of the UpX podcast. But looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, Friday, and again into next week. Thank you again. The mics should be open. The floor is yours in the Upland Cafe.